Hello everyone, so welcome you all to Ashok Tutorials Meghala's first empty channel. So as you know that we have been dealing with health education class 10, right? Class 10, and we have discussed unit 1 and now we are discussing unit 2, right? Unit 2 is about diseases. So in the last video we have seen unit 2 chapter 1, right? And again we have seen additional information on Indradhanush, right? Mission Indradhanush. And in this video we are going to learn about National Health Program, all right? National Health Program, and this is chapter 2 of unit 2, right? So let us see what is National Health Program. So here we go. By now, it must be clear to you that both the individual as well as the community faces many health hazards. So we have already discussed two chapters, right? Two chapters, that's extra chapter and chapter 1 about diseases. So we know that, right? We know that everybody is prone to the health issues, right? Health hazards, be it an individual or be it a community, right? So for example, communicable diseases like cholera, smallpox, malaria, tuberculosis, etc. may spread in the locality you are living in, and you may sometimes meet with accidents requiring expert help. Now see, there are two categories of diseases, right? One is communicable disease, another one is non-communicable diseases, right? So communicable diseases means those diseases which can be communicated from one person to another, and non-communicative diseases are those diseases which are not transmitted from one person to another. Now what do you understand by communicable diseases? So communicable diseases are the diseases which are transmitted from one person to another. Examples can be cholera, smallpox, malaria, tuberculosis, etc. So these are the diseases which will be transmitted from one person to another, and the best example is COVID-19 or coronavirus disease, right? Now one of the example let me give you about non-communicable disease, that is like arthritis or cancer. Now it is evident that under such conditions no single individual or small group has the expertise to meet the situation. Now see, we may live in a community, but it does not mean that in our community there is somebody who is expert in giving medical aids. So here what does it say? Therefore, to look after the health needs of the country, our government has devised a very elaborate setup. So now see, it does not mean that we live in a family or in a society and our society is well equipped with the people who are expert in the field of medicine. No. So that's why what happens, our government, that is government of India, they have they have initiated certain programs, they have initiated certain missions. So we shall be learning about those missions as we go on reading. It is through this setup that the state assumes responsibility for the health care of its citizens, while the Ministry of Health of the center or state is the ultimate authority responsible for all the health services operating within its jurisdiction. Now see, we know that there are certain divisions like the central government, the state government, right? So they have their own roles and functions, they have their own limitations, and they have their own area or jurisdictions in which they operate, or how they operate, or what they are, who are their targeted audience, or villages or towns or cities. So we shall learn about it. Let's see, according to the Constitution of India, the sphere of responsibility for the center and the states has been specified. Now you see, we have central government as well as we have state government, right? So in central level we have the prime minister, the president, right? And in state level we have the chief ministers and the council of ministers, right? Now you see, it says that there are different responsibilities allocated to the central government and the state government. The division of functions between the center and the state are stated briefly in 3 lists. See, if you want to know what is the function of central government, what is the function of state government, so you need to know these 3 lists. So class 10 students, my dear students, you have to remember these 3 lists. So the first list is union list, the second list is state list, and the third list is concurrent list. And dear students, you have to remember this, in from your exam point of view, it is very important. So there are three types of lists. What are they? Union list, state list, and concurrent list. Now whenever you hear the word union, you understand that it has something to do with the center, the state, the national level, right? So union list includes the subject for which the central government is responsible both in the legislative and executive fields. Now you see, whenever we talk about union list, we mean that it involves the central governments. It talks about the responsibilities of the central government in both the domains of legislature and execution. All right, state list, by the name itself you will know what the state list means. So it includes the subject for which the state government are responsible. So state list means those responsibilities which are shared by the state government. Concurrent list, now what is this concurrent list? We have talked about national level, we have talked about state level. Now what about concurrent list? So concurrent list gives the functions for which both the union and the state government have responsibilities. Now see, union means center government, state means state government. Now concurrent list means both the governments, union government plus state government equals to concurrent list. So concurrent list contains the functions for which both the union government as well as the state government is responsible, right? So now let us see, the center and the states have simultaneous powers of legislation. The power of the latter, though restricted to the framework of such legislation as may be undertaken by the center, but they can modify the related programs according to their requirements. So it means that it does not mean that a center government will be rigid. It do not have to be rigid all the time. It can, however, modify the function. Right, the state government, they can modify the functions according to their convenience. Then now next, let us see the Central Council of Health. What is this? Central Council of Health. So a large number of health subjects fall in the concurrent list, which calls for continuous consultation, mutual understanding and cooperation between the center and the state list. Now see, what does it say? It says that we have seen that there are three lists: the state list, the central list, and the concurrent list. So it says that many health subjects, it is falling under the concurrent list. Concurrent list means this list which is shared by both the central and the state government, right? So it was for this purpose that the Central Council of Health was set up by a presidential order on 9th August 1952 under Article 263 of the Constitution of India. So now you see, it was for the first time Central Council of Health was set up by a presidential order on the 9th of August 1952. You have to remember this, class 10 students. You please mark this line. It was for this purpose, right? For this purpose, what happened? The Central Council of Health was set up in 9th August 1952. Under which article of the Indian Constitution? Under the Article 263 of the Indian Constitution. And what is its objective? Let us see now. Its main objective is to promote coordinated and concerted action between the center and the states in the implementation of all programs and measures pertaining to the health of the nation. So these health councils main objective was to promote coordination between what? Coordination between the state government and the central government in initiating or in putting into practice all the programs and directives designed by the central government. The Union Health Minister is the chairman and the state health ministers are the members. You have to remember this line as well. So the Union Health Minister is the chairman of this program and the state health ministers are the members. So who is the health minister of Meghalaya at present? Please mention if you remember. We shall now examine the health services set up by various levels of administration. Now we will see the health services. So as we have seen state level and central level, so now we are going to first of all look at national level. National level means central level. So Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So at national level, what do we have? We have Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. And what is this? This is the health service, right? Health service. Now let us see. The union minister give advice on health and allied matters, coordinated health and family planning programs and policies, supplies information and equipment, and provides financial and other assistance towards health measures. Now you see, the union minister, right? The union minister, who is the chairman, he is the one who is responsible for advising the state government, for appraising the state government on the health related matters, on the planning, on the program, on the family planning, on the different type of initiatives, or the different type of technologies which is uh, which is new into the market, and how to tackle the outbreak of different type of communicable and non-communicable diseases. What are the vaccinations, what are the medications, what are the procedures for the quarantine, etc. Everything, the union minister, they decided and they convey it to the state, the members, the state ministers. Thus it mainly guides, assists and coordinates, while the state health ministers, now you see, the central government or the national the national ministers, they guide, they help, and they coordinate with the state ministers. While what is the function of state health ministers? The function of state health ministers are municipal corporation and village panchayats. While the state health ministers, municipal corporations and village panchayat, etc., implement the relevant programs. And see, the rule making or the the guidance is given by the central government, and who is doing these health programs practically are the state health ministers, then the municipal corporations and the village panchayats. All right. The ministry formulates national policies on health and family planning with the assistance of expert committees and standing bodies. Now you see, what does the ministry do? They formulate. What do they formulate? They formulate the national policies on what? On the health and the family planning with the help of expert committees and standing bodies. All right. See, this is a chart given. So how does the financial aid reach the public, or how the programs or how the different type of health schemes reach the public? So first of all, it is the India map given here, right? Then from here, the financial aid goes to the state government, then loan of personnel also goes, and technical services also goes to the state government. And once state government receives it, it pass on all these aids to the district level, and from district level it goes to three levels, that is hospitals, blocks, and health service or dispensaries. Again, from block it goes to PHCs, and again from PHCs it goes to sub-center or community health centers, and from community health centers it goes to the public. You can see many public here, right? So these are the public. Now you see, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare consists of two departments. See, this is very important for you class 10 students, you please mark it. Number one, see, what does it say? It says that the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare consists of two departments. How many departments? Two departments. Department 1 is Department of Health and Family Welfare, and number 2 is Department of Health Research. One is Health and Family Welfare, another one is Research. All right, remember this. The Department of Health and Family Welfare comprises various divisions such as the blindness control, cancer control programs, immunization, and medical tourism. So some of the examples of Health and Family Welfare Department can be blindness control, cancer control programs, immunization, and medical tourism. All right. On the August 7, 2014, what happened? The Department of AIDS Control was merged with the Department of Health and Family Welfare and is now known as the NACO, National AIDS Control Organization. So in the year 2014, on the 7th of August, what happened is that the Department of AIDS Control, right, which was a separate body, it was mixed, or it was merged, or it was combined with the Department of Health and Family Welfare, and now they are known as together National AIDS Control Organization, or NACO. Remember this full form, right? Now the Department of Health Research, DHR. DHR means what? DHR means the Department of Health Research. So this is the second department. So was formally launched on 5th of October 2007. When was the Department of Health Research launched? It was launched on the 5th of October 2007. This department was created as a separate department within the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So it was a separate department altogether which was created under the Department of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, right? So DHR, what is this DHR? This Department of Health Research aims to make modern health technologies accessible to the people through research and innovations related to diagnosis, treatment methods, and vaccines for prevention. It is also the responsibility of the DHR to introduce these innovations into the public health system. Now see, what does Department of Health Research do? They do research. They carry out different type of research. All right, they carry out different type of researches. They experiment. They make vaccinations. They make medicines. They do the research like how to diagnose the disease, what are the treatment which will be involved, what are the different type of vaccination, what are the preventive measures we can take, and what are the schemes we can we can initiate in order to help the people. So they are the ones who are deciding, or who are finding the solutions, or who are equipping themselves with the modern technologies in order to tackle the different type of health hazards we are facing today. It is also the responsibility of the DHR to introduce these innovations into the public health system. Now you also know that recently we had the outbreak of COVID-19, or the coronavirus disease, right? So there we have seen the expertise of our scientists, of a biologist, of a microbiologist, right? How they have of our doctors, nurses. So, we are very very thankful to the India, and we are very very thankful to the government of India, to the state governments. We are very thankful to all the warriors who fought, especially our doctors. They were the first one to fight with the COVID-19, right? They risked their life in order to protect our life. And we cannot forget the defense or the police department of the state, right? Even the police department, they played a very very wonderful role in order to prevent, or in order to fight this COVID-19 which broke out in our state of Meghalaya, right? Not only in our state, it broke out in the entire world, but I'm just talking about the state of Meghalaya, our state, right? So in our state we have seen that the police department, then the health department, the doctors, the nurses, they have played a very very important role. And also not to forget the health ministers and the different type of administrations, the deputy commissioners, right? So everybody, all the officials, each and every human or the citizen of a state have played a vital role in order to protect us from the outbreak of COVID-19. And that is how they made, like the life possible again, the normal life possible again. So they have fought for us. So we should always remain grateful to the doctors, to the nurses, to the health department, to the administration, and to the central government and the state government as a whole, right? So I think this is all in this video, and we will be continuing this. The next topic will be Directorate General of Health Services, which we shall discuss in the part 2 of this video. So here is the end of this part 1. So thank you everyone for staying connected with the shop tutorials, and please don't forget to hit that like button, do share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you everyone.